Hello everybody, welcome to my chess channel. In this particular session, I would like to discuss with you on how to get a FIDE rating. As a chess player, most of us have this particular dream of getting a FIDE rating. So I would like to tell you different options of getting the same, giving you a high level idea. So before you get into how to get a FIDE rating, we need to understand what is FIDE. So FIDE is basically the World Chess Federation, and it basically stands for Federation Internationale de Chess. So basically it translates into World Chess Federation. Uh, FIDE identifies every chess player uniquely in the globe using a digit number known as FIDE ID. So using the FIDE ID, all the details of that player is stored. Under FIDE, there are national level federations. For India, it is known as AICF, All India Chess Federation. So this is a central administrative body for all the chess games in India. And like FIDE, the AICF basically tracks India chess players using an AICF ID. So to participate in a tournament within India, you need to have FIDE ID as well as AICF ID. Apart from the AICF, we have state level federations. For Karnataka, it is known as UKCA, United Karnataka Chess Association. So this is a governing body of chess in Karnataka. For getting a AICF ID, you have to pay a fee of rupees 3,000 per year to AICF. And also for getting UKCA ID, you have to pay one time rupees 1,000 as the fee. Otherwise, we have to pay rupees 50 per tournament that we play. So FIDE, AICF and UKCA are the kind of governing bodies for all the chess tournaments that happens in India. Before we can go and play a tournament, we need to know what tournament is scheduled when. For that, we need to access the event calendar provided by the AICF and UKCA. So we can go to the AICF website. It is All India Chess Federation AICF in. In this, you basically have the player information, the calendar. So the calendar has information about all the events that are going to happen month-wise, and you can figure out what is that you want to do. And also it gives you a facility for new player registration. If you are new to AICF, this is a one-time thing that you have to register, but after that you have to pay a yearly fee and renew. And also it provides you the details of Indian players, especially the title players, and also you can search using your particular AICF details. Similar to this, we have the Karnataka chess thing for the UKCA. You have the events tournaments where the event details are given month-wise. You go to that particular month, then you download the brochure for the tournament, and then you have to register for that particular tournament in website like Pages Entry. So for the first time user, you need to get a AICF ID by registering yourself in the AICF website. Once you register it, you will immediately get the AICF ID. Using that, you can register for the tournament. If you do not have FIDE ID at the time of registration, it is fine. The UKCA officials can help you get a FIDE ID during the tournament. And if you are an existing player, you can register using your existing FIDE ID and AICF ID while registering for a given tournament. What are the different types of tournament that is possible in chess? So depending on the mode of it is conducted, depending on the time control involved, depending on the theme and chess variant involved, it is classified into three different large areas. One, based on the mode of conduct, you can have over the board or OTB, where you play with real chessboard and pieces, or you can have online, where you play with digital board and pieces. So based on that, FIDE provides you two sets of rating, one for the over the board, another for online. Based on time control, it is divided into classical, rapid, blitz, and bullet. Classical games are typically for time control per more than 1 hour to 1.5 hours. Rapid is basically 10 to 16 minutes per side. Blitz is basically 3 to 10 minutes. Anything less than 3 minutes is known as bullet. And based on the chess variant employed, or you can have a standard way of game where the board setup is normal way. If you are doing a randomized piece positioning, it is known as chess 960 or Fisher random. And the third option is you can have some team based where you must play a specific opening or you have to start the game from a given position. So these are the different types of tournament formats. The classical tournaments basically involves larger time duration. Time duration is more than 60 minutes per player. And within this 60 minutes, you are supposed to make some stipulated number of moves. For major FIDE events, 90 minutes you are supposed to make first 40 moves. Then additional time will get added to each of the player. And there are different formats based on the overall duration of the time and the number of moves that needs to be made within that time frame. Next form is the fastest format. The fastest format basically covers the rapid, blitz, bullet, and Armageddon formats. In fastest format, there is a concept of increment. Increment is basically a few seconds that gets added to your chess clock when a player makes a move. So 15 plus 3 means every player will get 15 minutes per side and 3 seconds will get added as an increment whenever a player makes a move. In FIDE World Rapid Championship, the format is used as 15 plus 10, which means both players will get 15 minutes aside with 10 seconds increments. In Blitz format, if you are playing without an increment, it is known as a sudden death. And for World Blitz Championship, format used is 3 plus 2, which is 3 minutes plus 2 minutes increment. Bullet, a player has to play a rapid chess game for less than 3 minutes. Typically, Bullets tournaments happen for 1 minute aside. It has to be lightning quick. Armageddon is used when there is a tie break after doing all sort of fastest format. And in Armageddon, white is given more time to play, whereas if there is a draw, black is declared winner. So based on certain odds like this, the match happens. Some online platforms like Leeches gives one more features known as the Berserk. Berserk is basically, if you are enabling it, the player will lose half their clock time. But if you win, you will get double tournament points. You can play with and without increment. So all of you might be thinking, is it possible for me to get a FIDE rating sitting at home? The answer for all of you is that it is possible. Obviously, you have to play a lot of rated games sitting at home. That's the way. And the platform that we need to do this is known as FIDE Online Arena. So this is the online platform, internet-based online platform provided by FIDE so that we can play online chess tournaments and get an online rating. For getting an online rating, you have to pay a fee of 25 euros per annum to FIDE. And once you finish the required number of games against rated players, you can get a official online rating. And if depending on the ELO rating you accumulate over 50 rapid games, you can get titles like Arena Grandmaster, Arena International Master, Arena FIDE Master, and Arena Candidate Master. The online website looks like this. So this particularly is arenamyfide.net. It is powered by a people called Premium Chess. This is the official supported online playing area. It has memberships, different memberships possible. So you have a free membership, but it will not give you any official rating. So at least you need to be a FIDE member paying 25 euros to get an official rating. And if you need more services, you can even opt for a platinum service. Then once you join this particular thing, you can download the application. It's a Java based application and the UI will look like this once you log in. So it has basically called players and you can filter it using only the rated players. So any number that is appearing in bold is basically official ELO. So if you play against these players, you can get rated games. So you can go to the challenges tab and see what are the currently challenges. So at this point, this 1338 player, it is looking for an official challenge. Below this, you can actually see what are the challenges happening now. And if you click on a particular thing, even you can observe that particular game. So this is how the board for the FIDE Online Arena looks. So this is where you make the moves. The PGN will appear on the right side. You have the ability to download the PGN and analysis post this particular tournament. So this is about FIDE Online Arena. And so after the online arena, so you can log in using your application. Once you see the players who are available now, then you can start playing using the virtual board. And many of you might be thinking, what is this ELO system? Is it some acronym or some way of things? So ELO system is basically a chess rating system followed for measuring the player strength. FIDE follows a ELO rating system to calculate the chess rating for the chess player. The ELO system was invented by Arpad Elo, a Hungarian-American physics professor and chess master. So the rating system basically allows you to find players of similar strength and do pairing easily. See where you are in the chess world, track your progress, set appropriate goals, and learn appropriate material to improve your ratings. The ELO rating levels could be like 0 to 1000, which is for basically beginners and casual players. So the unrated players will have a ELO rating less than 1000. The first official rating starts from 1000 onwards. So 1000 to 2000 is mainly classified as club and class players. 2000 to 2400 is basically experts and master. If you get a ELO rating of 2400 plus, you can get the international master title. And if you can get ELO rating more than 2500 and get 3 GM norms, you will get grandmaster title. And if you have ELO rating more than 2700, you are classified as super GMs. Our current world champion Magnus Carlsen has a peak ELO rating of 2882, whereas chess engines like Stockfish has 3500. The new variants of chess engines uses artificial intelligence. Alpha Zero is an example of that. Basically, a mathematical formula is used to compute the ELO system. So if you are an unrated player, we need to understand the basic rules that needs to be followed to get an initial rating. So the first thing is you need to play official rated tournaments hosted by FIDE AICF or UKCA in over the board format. And the basic rules are at least one move per side needs to be played for it to be valid for rating purpose. So walkovers are not considered for rating calculation. We need to score at least minimum 0.5 points, half point, to get a FIDE rating against a rated player. So when you start playing as an unrated player, the initial ratings is known as performance rating, and the initial rating is computed based on the performance rating. We need to play at least 5 rated games to get a FIDE rating. It could be more. There is no restriction on number of games. The basic idea is that we have to play enough number of rated games and we should win or draw against rated players, and we should get overall performance score of more than 1000 in the rated games. You need not play all the games in the same tournament. You can do rated games across multiple tournaments. The only thing is that all the tournaments need to be within the same rating cycle. So rating cycle could be typically 1 year. So you have to play all the tournaments within the 1 year. Then the results will be consolidated for the rating purpose. Another aspect is that the opponent rating should not fall below 1000. For a rated player, if the rating falls below 1000, they become unrated. They start lose rating. So at the time of the rating calculation, all the games that you have played must be a valid rated game. Otherwise, it will not be considered for the rating calculation. So rating calculation is basically done using 3 different rules. So it depends on the points that you accumulated across that particular tournament and the average rating of the opponents that you have faced across all the games. So if an unrated player has scored 50%, then the first initial rating will be equal to the average rating of all the rated opponents. But if the player has scored more than 50%, at 0.20 rating points will be awarded for every half point above the 50%. So they get additional points. The third option is that you score, the score is less than 50% in a Swiss tournament format. Then the rating is calculated based on fractional score table called the DP table. And that depending on the rating difference and the average values, based on the percentage of wins, a number is arrived at. The important thing to note is the cutoff values that we need to achieve for getting the initial rating. The more the points scored by you against rated players, it is better for us. Say for example, if you have scored 0.5, the average opponent score need to be 1366. But if you have scored 1 point, average opponent rating comes down to 1240. And if you have scored 1.5, you only need an average opponent rating of 1149. So try to get as much points as possible in the rated games. The more we get, the better rating we will get. So once you get the initial rating, another formula is used to compute the ongoing rating. It basically uses a factor called K, the development coefficient. The K is 40 for a new player or not played more than 30 games and have age less than 18 with rating below 2300. The K becomes 20 if the player rating is more than 2300, and for all rapid and bliss games for more established player. Once the player crosses 2400 title players, the K becomes to 10 and it stays there. And based on the result and the PD value calculated from the scoring probability table, the new rating is calculated. If you are interested to know more, you can go through this particular details given in this particular slide. Also, FIDE also provides a rating calculator online using which you can actually compute it. So after all these things, I would like to know what happens is after tournament, the results are consolidated towards the end of the month and new rating list is published at first of every month. So if you go to the advanced player search provided by FIDE, you will be able to see my current rating. So you can go to the website. So this is advanced search. You can search using the name or FIDE ID. So I'm trying to search using a name with it. So I'm trying to get the details. So if I want to see Vidit Santosh Gujarati, we will say Super Grandmaster of India. So we get the details of Vidit, and this particular rating is the over the board rating, and this online rating is the FIDE Online Arena rating. So depending on what sort of rating you have, the appropriate section will be populated. So before you get a rating, if you want to assess what is my ELO strength, you can use another tool called the ELOmeter test. So this is an online thing provided by the University of Dusseldorf in Germany. So you basically have to solve 76 problems from varying complexity, and at the end of that you will be given an ELO rating. For completing this 76 problem, you at least need 2 hours of time. So please plan accordingly while you are planning to take the ELOmeter test. So the ELOmeter test, you can come to this website and try getting this thing. You click on this next thing to start all the process. And another option is you want to figure out what sort of chess personality you have. So chess personality can be assessed using the chess personality website, which is maintained by chess.com. So it basically gives you a test consists of 20 multiple choice, tests of 20 questions with multiple choice answers. At the end of the day, at the end of the test, you will be given a personality. For example, if your personality is assassin, it is attached to the great Bobby Fischer way of playing things. So Bobby Fischer is known as a chess personality with the name assassin. And it will also tell whether you're an attacking person, positional player, aggressive, solid, like that, all those details. And it also recommends a set of openings that goes with your personality. So there are a lot of personalities available, like assassin. You have the barbarian. Barbarian is attached to Hikaru Nakamura. Then you have champion. It is attached to Gary Kasparov. So depending on your personality, you will be attached to one of the well-known players. It will also recommend the openings that will suit your way of playing. So with this, I come to end of my tutorial. I hope this was useful for all of this. I thank you all for watching this particular video. Please write to me at babuzukzong@gmail.com if you have any follow-up queries. Thank you.